Happy New Year, you guys. It's your girl Glam, and this is my first video of 2020, and I'm so excited. So, this video was basically last minute, and I'm actually recording it on January 1st. I felt like me getting up and doing this video was important, not only for me, but maybe it'll help someone else as well. So, I just want to start off before I get to the questions, just saying that I hope everyone made it into 2020 safely. I wish you guys so much prosperity this year, whether it includes self-growth, mental health, healing, all types of things, work-related issues, personal, whatever it may be. I wish you guys so much success this year because I feel like it's important every year we're able to be our better selves. So you want to have a goal of doing more things or better things each year, and that should be the only goal. So with that being said, I saw some questions that I felt like were pretty cool to answer, so you get a little bit of perspective of me, and also you can do this question if you wanted to as well, and record it and upload it as well, and tag me in it if you want me to see it. So let's go ahead and get started. I just want to let you guys know that the setup I have going on right now, since it was so last minute, my phone went dead as soon as I went to do the video. I'm recording this on my iPad. I have my iPad keyboard here, my laptop here. I mean, everything is just all over here because I didn't know what I was going to need and what was going to go dead on me. So if you see me looking over here, that is what I'm doing. And also, if you hear any noise, my neighbors are the worst, and I'll just leave it like that. So let's go into the first question, and it's, what's one small way you can become a better person for 2020, for others and for yourself? So I'm going to try to get through this whole question maybe in one little hit. I think that one small way that I could be a better person for 2020 is to make sure that in the process of me doing things to better myself, I don't neglect the people that are important to me. What do I mean by that? I feel like in 2019, I decided to choose myself even further, making sure that the decisions that I was making me happy, that I took plenty of time to relax, to reflect, to just completely take the world away and just focus on me. And in the midst of that, I feel like I did drop the ball with reaching out to people and maybe sending that, hey, are you good, girl, text. And by all means, I take full accountability for that because I don't want people to feel like they are forgotten. Now, in the same breath, they were able to still reach out to me if they really, really needed something. But if I'm going to be a friend, if I'm going to be that shoulder, if I'm going to call myself being the person that I know I am, then I have to also be that same person to other people. Although I don't rely really on other people for like a whole bunch of advice or run to them with my problems, because I'm really private and I generally try to address my stuff myself. Or if I do need assistance, I go directly to people that I know that can effectively assist me. For example, and this is just a simple example, if I was buying a car, I'm not going to go to someone who's never purchased a car before. I'm going to go to like someone at a dealership. You know what I'm saying? I'm going directly to the source. I'm not going to go around to different people and just let them know every move that I'm trying to make. And that just gives me peace of mind knowing that the moves that I'm making, I can move in silence. And if I decide to share with you, then I can. And I don't have anybody intervening on what I'm trying to get done. So hopefully that makes sense. So that also, let's see, in a small way too, better for others and for myself. And I feel like that answer goes for both ways because I'm helping myself by being accountable for my actions and what I'm doing to assist in something that might cause a problem. But also I'm still saying, hey, I'm here. But just know that I'm taking care of some other kind of stuff. So I just want to be accountable for that. So hopefully that made sense. All right, let's move on to the next question. And that is going to be, what are you holding on to currently that no longer is serving you? Why are you holding on? And what's one small step you can take towards releasing it? Child, let me tell you something. First of all, these questions need to be separated because that is a lot. And I feel like a whole video could be made on just that question alone. Okay. But if we have to kind of like break it down, so something that no longer serves me in this decade is feeling like I have to make other people comfortable. Why? Why? It is not my job to give you your happiness. That is not my job. Am I excited if I can do something for you that makes you happy? Absolutely. I am a giver, so I give more than I receive back, and I have no problems doing that. So I don't mind if I am doing this for you, I buy you something, or I do a nice gesture for you and it makes you happy. But it's not my job to make sure that you are comfortable every place we go or with everything we do. For example, if I go somewhere and I don't like the energy, it's not my job to stay around those people. I am more than happy to leave a situation calmly, cool, with no drama, and just go home. And that is perfectly okay. That energy no longer serves me to make other people feel like they're comfortable. Because in the past, I would stay there and I would tolerate it. And I would just be like, oh, it's fine. I'll just, I don't want to be a problem or issue. And the second part to that is I don't mind speaking my piece. There was a point in time when I was growing up that I was very meek and quiet, very sensitive. So I would always do what I was told. And even as an adult, like an aunt, mom or cousin, anybody that was older than me, if they felt like the direction of my life needed to go a certain way, I would totally go that direction. Me now, as an adult who had to kind of feel the effects of how I was feeling after living my life for other people, I had to decide that no, I need to live my life for myself, because God allowed me this time for me to be me and to do me, not to do it for others. They have their life. They're more than welcome to live theirs how they want to live theirs. So how is it fair that I'm living for someone else? So I made the decision to just go ahead and live for me. Now, the other part to this question was, why are you holding on? I am no longer holding on. I let that go, and I've been so happy ever since I have. So I've let go people, I've let go jobs, I've let go energy, and now I feel better at peace. Am I at the epitome where nothing bothers me in the world? Absolutely not. Stuff can trigger me, but you really have to be that close of a person to me, or that it has to be something within it that triggers me. But it's very rare for someone that doesn't know me or someone who doesn't hold any value in my life to trigger me. Okay, and what was the last part of it? What's one small step you take towards release? Oh, so I answered that. I don't allow it. And people say, oh, that's just so simple to say you're not going to do that. You have to. It's really just that simple. You have to decide that you're at a point where you don't want to take it anymore. You're tired of being in your feelings. You're tired of feeling like your opinion doesn't matter. You're tired of feeling like every time you're in the room that there's an elephant in it. Let that elephant go, honey. Go ahead and tell that elephant, hey, ain't no more space. And just move on. You have to make that decision. It's just that simple. And I just had to do it. And I feel so much better. So let's move on to question number 3. Set a goal for 2020 that excites you. Set a goal that scares you. Okay. A goal for me this year is to, I have several, but let me get one that I can share that I'm comfortable with sharing. A goal for me that excites me is taking my creative energy, and if you follow my Instagram, although I don't post a whole lot of my personal stuff, but I do give you pieces, and if you are smart enough to catch, you can kind of see where what I'm posting and why. Is to use my creative abilities to make it a financial gain for myself. So I have a bad habit of doing a lot of things for free for people. And it's not that I don't know my worth and I don't believe in myself. It's so much fun and it gives me so much joy, and it's like a creative release for me that sometimes I don't know how to put a dollar amount on it. I'm so busy wanting to help others, to educate others, that sometimes I forget that I have to include myself, and that's the giver in me. So I kind of sell myself short in the end, and a lot of people gain off of what I'm doing. For example, at work, I take on projects that I know for a fact that you would charge, or rather pay people a large amount to do as a salary. And I'm here giving it to you outside of my salary. And I want to do a video about knowing your worth in the job industry, because I think that's very important. I think a lot of us are selling each other short. But I do have a goal in which I'm trying to get in with that. So I'm not completely being kind of, I want to say, beknownst to what's going on. I do know that some of what I'm doing is a part of a bigger plan. And this set a goal that scares you. My goal is to redo my budget to the point where I have money in different places. I mean, there's money in different places now, but like really get financially structured. Right now, it's just like, as long as my bills are paid and I have this on the side, then it's whatever. That's not the way to go. Don't do that, you guys. Really put money away, put it in places where it's helpful. This way, when things go left, because they will go left, don't ever think that they won't, because you have all this money or you don't have all this money. Things are going to go left either way. So put the money up, honey. You put the money up, for real. So I had some assistants. I have some people working on some things for me on the back end to kind of help me. So I'm waiting for some emails to come in to kind of help me. I also today finally got a planner. I'm really big on planners, and I want to use this accordingly. This probably isn't the best one I want, so I might buy another one. So sometimes I do have multiple planners, but my goal is to structure out my bills for the next 90 days. Also to open up, like I said, another account and put some money other places, and just really figure out how I can budget for all the things that I want to achieve in 2020. Because before, the only budget I did was basically for my bills, making sure that my bills are scheduled out on paper, not necessarily set up to be auto paid, because I really, we'll talk about that in another video as well. But to make sure that the money that I have coming in is able to take care of my bills, because that is my most important thing. I do not play about my bills being taken care of before anything else. So I will stay home, miss a brunch, an event, a trip, to make sure my bills are paid, because financial responsibility is very important to me. So, and see, the next question is, what do you want to be a student of 2020? I want to be a student of service. I want to be better at service to others. I feel like I've always been a good person to give, but I want to educate more people about things that I'm educated in. So I know a lot of people have their own, oh, okay, well, we have a seminar that's charging you for this and that, and not to say that I won't get there where I feel like I will be able to charge someone for a seminar, but I want to get to the point where I've had this whole setup put together ever since 2013, what I wanted to do. And I just second guessed myself for so long. And you see, it's 2020. That's 7 years that I sat on an idea. And I've seen people put what my idea was, like, not people that know me, just, you know, maybe celebrities, other people, put this same thing into fruition that I could have done. And it made me feel like, dang, like, you really just be sitting on yourself, sitting on things that could have been possible for you. Like, you could have been doing that and handling business, but you second guess yourself. So this year, I'm going to maybe try to test the waters on a smaller scale. And this way, maybe that will make me feel more comfortable to do it on a larger scale. So I won't say necessarily women's empowerment, but it's basically on women's empowerment level, educating people, giving us education on things that we don't necessarily learn growing up, just bits and pieces. It might not be like the book of like credit education and stuff like that, because I don't know everything. But what I can educate you on is the mistakes that I made, or what I learned from my situations, because everybody's situation is different. So there's no one like, okay, this is how you get this credit card, this is how you secure this bag, this is how you do that. Everybody's situation is totally different. But if I can give you my story to educate you, then I would love to do that. So I want to be more of service to people, volunteer more, definitely, because I feel that that's important. So what I have to give, I would like to give while I'm on this earth, because that energy is important. And I'm not saying I'm doing it because I want to get all the good karma, but it's just important to have that kind of energy around you, a giving and stuff, because you just don't know when you might be in that position. That's all. And I've been to the place where I had to kind of come back from having nothing multiple times. Lose it all, get it back again. Lose it all, get it back again. So I don't have any problems helping the next person, so they don't have to go down that route. But at the same time, I know some people have to go through to really understand it. So I'm not here to tell you, hey, do this, do that. This is how you have to do it. Because I understand your journey is your journey and can't nobody stop that. But if I can give you a little education where you say, well, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do that, then I wouldn't mind doing that. So next question, question number 5. Who in your life deserves the biggest thank you for this year? Let them know if you can. No, good, well, I'm not an emotional person. But I don't want to sound self-centered. But this year, I didn't really have people to rely on. And let me finish before anybody that knows me gets offended. Because I'm so private, because I keep so much to myself, because I rely on myself for everything, I don't give the opportunity for others to really come in and help me. But if I had to name a few people that did come in through the clutch, it would be my 2 closest co-workers, and I won't say their names, but they know who they are. They came through at times this year when I needed them really, really bad. So they are like, and I sent them a text, as a matter of fact, it's funny that I got this question. I'm gonna read you guys the text that I sent them for the new year. Happy New Year to my peanut butter and jelly. Thank you guys for an amazing year filled with laughter. You guys make this work journey way better. I am praying for peace, progress, and lots of love for you both this year. Never forget you are a priority first, and you should be to others so that you don't forget you. You should be before others so that you don't forget you. Sorry. So that is what I sent out. And those 2 ladies have helped me. And I think it's important to know that I separate business from my personal life. So generally when I go to work and I have jobs and stuff, I never really mix my personal life in it. So I'm not really hanging with them on the weekends or sharing my personal life and stuff. But these 2 ladies kept just like beating at my heart just at work, and we would talk about a lot of things, and they just shifted into my personal life now. So now they mean so much to me, and they've helped me in more ways than they'll ever know. But I make sure all throughout the year that I show gratitude to them, and whether that means a kind gesture, some kind words, a random gift and stuff, I just want to let them know I'm really big on gratitude, and I'm always forever grateful when people do for me, because no one in this world owes you anything, and no one in this world has to do anything for you. So when people take the moment to listen to the words you have to say, or to do something nice for you because they just felt like you're a good person and you're worthy of that, don't ever take that for granted. Be appreciative of that, and I am appreciative, very appreciative of those 2 people. Also, just God, like nothing but God. I feel like this year, God really set me up to test my strength. So instead of me complaining every time that there was an issue, sometimes something went wrong, I would just sit there and figure out what the lesson was. And I think that's what 2019 brought me, like the lessons. So I would sit there and be like, last night, prime example, I take the same way to my friend's house all the time. Last night, for some odd reason, I turned on the wrong highway. And I said to myself, like, how did you mess this up? Like, you never mess this up. What made you go on to 285 instead of 85? And then instead of fussing and complaining about how I was going to be, getting there later than I was like, maybe I was supposed to turn down this highway because there was an accident on 85 and I avoided that. I would have never made that statement a few years back. I would have been fussing and complaining. Oh my God, this is so annoying. No, I had to look at the lesson. There had to be a lesson. And come to find out, the way that I took was actually a better way. So things like that, you just have to get through because of growth. It's not just going to come overnight. You're not just going to have this epiphany. It's growth. It's real growth. And I love it. I love it so much. There are a couple of other people in the mix of that I'm grateful for, but it's more of I'm just grateful for them being around. My neighbor that moved away, I'm grateful for her. She's been a kindred spirit for me, like a little sister. Shout out to her because just kind words, listening ear, amazing. So I'll just leave it at that. It's more people, and if I forgot about you, charge it to my head, not to my heart. I just don't want to give a long list, and I'm not saying names anyway, so you don't know. I might be so my shit. Stop. Okay, the next one is, what can you thank yourself for this year? I can thank myself for being strong. And I feel like a lot of people want to negate strength as being a superpower and feeling like, oh, you can't ever be weak. And it's not that for people that are strong that they feel like they never can be weak. Some of us don't get that chance to have those weak moments because we got to fight through. There's no one else to rely on. You have to fight through. So most of my decade, I was relying on myself. So if I'm relying on myself, I can't sit here and cry for, 20 days about something that I couldn't do or something that fell through, because in 10 days, that bill due. I got to pay the bills. I got to work through it. I got to go to work. I got errands to run. Things got to get done. So I don't have no time to play those games. So my strength is really everything. And I feel like it's just getting stronger and stronger. And I don't think I'm invincible because I would love to have that moment. And I feel like it's happening soon. So, but the moment where I can rely on someone else. So to be able to take some weight off and say, hey, or not even, that's the better one, when you don't even have to say, hey, can you help me out? Because that person just comes in now and just says, all right, I'm taking care of this. So just do that. That's amazing feeling. Amazing feeling to have that. So 2020. What have you outgrown this year? I feel like that was a question in the beginning. Okay, but I guess I'll answer. What have I outgrown in 2019? I've outgrown, and this has been the word of 2019, toxicness. But to say that you've outgrown toxicness, you got to say that you've outgrown your toxicity too. And that's the problem where I think a lot of people is they're so quick to say this person's toxic, that person's toxic. Oh, all this toxic stuff they're doing. What are you doing that's toxic? What are you doing hanging around all that toxicity, and you think you're not a part of that as well? We all have toxic traits. We all have things and trauma that we have to heal and deal with that. Some of us are and are not. Some of us are working through it every single day. So when you say toxic, go ahead and claim some of that because you're deciding to hang around it as well. So whether you came in with it or you're leaving with it, you got some in the mix. So I decided that I had to check myself. There was a whole lot of checking because I found myself, around some energy that was having me do things. And I was just like, whoa, that's not me. That's not my style. So I removed myself from those spaces and them circles and stuff because I don't want to be around it. I got better things to do. And I'm not better than you. I'm telling you, I have better things to do. Just as simple as that. I remove myself from relationships with people who tried to make me feel less than. Let's try that. So I have to be accountable for what I've done. You also have to be accountable for what you've done. Your shit don't smell better than mine. Shit is shit. And that's for lack of any better words. Shit is shit. So you can't put yourself on a plateau for the sins that you've done and then put me down here because you think that mine was way worse. That's just not how it goes. You have to address it all. So because of that, I had to take some people out. Now there is no cut this, cut off, because now I'm wise about the company I keep. And people, it's like friends. I either have my friends, I got my families, and then there's people that just are around when it's convenient. Like just people that you just might see in passing, you kicking it with and stuff, and that's fine. But that's really where it's just family and friends, or friends that I've turned into family. But I lost some real ones this year. I mean, not this year, this decade, and it was sad. It was hurtful. You know, you never think that someone that you ride so hard with, or that you care so much for, people that you thought would be in your life for the rest of your life, would be gone. But sometimes things happen, and you just have to. You can't just hold on to that weight. You have to just decide, hey, let me release that weight. And you'd be surprised once you release the weight, how you float and how you flourish so well when you just release the dead weight. And that's not to say that weight won't decide to change itself into something else, but right now it's not serving you. And it's okay that it's not serving you, because just like it's not serving you, you might be not serving them as well. So, and that's okay, because we change, we grow, we evolve, and maybe you can circle back around at another point in time in your life and make things great. So let's move on to the next one, because I'm getting long-winded. And the next question is, what's an important boundary you'd like to set for 2020? Baby, boundaries. That was something that I set, and I did it without saying it. So my boundaries are, I don't let people in my personal life. That's been a big boundary. And I have friends who get put on the outside as well, which is unfortunate. But to understand me, to love me, is to accept that, because I like to protect myself. So, for example, I had one person who was my vault, and that's what I called her. She was my vault. She knew everything. She knew when I woke up, when I went to sleep, if I sneezed, what time I peed, if I was in a relationship, if I was single, because a lot of people never know. Never know. You don't know if I'm single or in a relationship now. And if you base off my social media, again, you will never know, because I don't post that kind of stuff. You don't know if I got married, if I'm single. You don't know if I took a trip to the other side of the world, if I'm in America still. Like, you just don't know with me, because there's a lot of things I keep to myself. And I feel like it's been very peaceful that way, and I don't want to change that. So I set boundaries when I let people get too deep in. I let people in certain aspects of it. So treat it like it's a maze. So people get in and they go little areas here, little areas there, but everybody doesn't get all the way in. I have to feel you on a certain level for you to get there. So my vault was the only one that I trusted. And I'm kind of glad that I did it that way. It was more of a chess move, not a checkers move, because when people leave your life, sometimes they feel the malicious intent to just go out and overshare things. But if you have nothing to share, all you can do is share either lies or assumptions. And those are two things I really don't feel like I have to kind of explain, or feel like I have to justify. Go with it. If you know me, then you know what that person is saying is false anyway. So I generally don't have to explain myself or justify anything outside of something that I said, or if I want to. If you're of value and I feel like it's important for me to clarify something, then I will. But outside of that, I generally don't. Okay, next one. I think this is the last question. Let's see. What's a memory this past year that makes you smile just thinking about it? Um, I had so many memories. So many. There's not just one. And I know that's sucky. I wish I can give you guys some juicy memory this year, but this year was literally the bulk of it was about me getting happy, getting better, taking care of myself. So all the great moments are generally with me. Like I've gone to kickbacks and had friends, come through and met people and stuff. Those were all amazing times and stuff. But the best time was just breathing and relaxing and feeling mentally in a great space. That just sanity is just something that you just can't help but to appreciate. It's a lot of people with having battles with depression and I mean, I talk to coworkers who just feel so comfortable. People that you wouldn't even like. A lot of other coworkers wouldn't even know the interactions that I've had with people because you don't see us around each other a lot. But there are people that feel so comfortable to come to me and just feed off of my energy because when I do give you my energy, it's pure, it's genuine. I'm not here to tell you business. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life. I will tell you what I've gone through and give you experience if that's what you want to hear. But if you just need a listening ear, then that's that as well. I don't mind doing that. And so much of my coworkers have come to me with just genuine concern of, hey, do you know what I can do to fix this or to do that? Or, I'm really battling depression. They feel comfortable talking to me. And that makes me feel amazing inside that you trust me enough to reveal such personal things. And I've encouraged people to go to therapy. And I myself, I need to go myself, and I am working on that for 2020 as well. So if you have a chance or if you have the ability to go, please go. It is amazing. Don't feel like you are weird or something because of it. If you can afford to do it, make it a point. See if it's in your insurance, and find something. You might be able to find a sliding scale one, but definitely if you don't have issues, because we all have issues, but if you feel like you don't have issues, still go. It's an open space. It's someone that's not going to judge you, but you have an ear to listen to and get different types of perspective. And I'm all about perspective. I'm all about addressing feelings and stuff. And I'm very vocal this year. So I think therapy for me would be great because this year I did the work. If I did nothing else, I did the work. I did the work to make sure that I secured the bag. I did the work to make sure that I was okay this year. I addressed my issues. I talked through it. I told people exactly how I felt. I made sure that I didn't allow anybody to come into my space and make me feel less than this year. It was a lot of work that I did. So I am not going to apologize for it. I don't feel bad about it. I feel amazing. I'm in a new year with new energy. I'm getting ready to light up my sage and cleanse my space. I'm going to meditate, manifest my new year, work on my budget. I'm going to sip on some wine. This is what my year is all about. Just enjoying life. I want new people to come around, new energies. I'm excited. That is all that I want this year is excitement and good energy. So I'm hoping that I can get these videos out more often. I ask that you guys encourage me, and that's me coming humbly. Please give me ideas of what types of videos you guys want. I know I haven't been on here for you to know, hey, well, I don't even know what to request from you because I don't know what you do, what you like, what you enjoy, what you have education on. If I can help, I will. I do want to get more in depth with the whole yoni steaming because I am going to restock up on my yoni steam. So if you are interested, we'll talk about that as well. So that's another thing I'm excited about for 2020. I want to do more of the yoni steams. I'm getting fussed at about not having them up right now by a lot of people. So I got to get my ish together. So I got to hold myself accountable And I'm going to get some people on my team that are going to keep me accountable for that as well. So thank you guys so much for sitting through this long ass video. It is almost 40 minutes long, and I did not expect it to be this long, but I'm glad we got some questions answered. I'm glad we got some education. I'm glad this is a safe space for people to say what they need to say, and I hope I've encouraged someone to take the step to make sure that they are happy this year. Speak your truth. Tell that person how you feel. If you love them, tell them you love them. If you miss them, call them. Do not send that text. Call them. Go see them, appreciate them, love on them, do all of that. Okay? Be amazing in 2020. If you do nothing else, be fucking amazing. So I look forward to you guys in 2020. And let's take a cheers, a toast, clink, 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 clink. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.